This is my Nana. This is Faye Vallandingham. And you are how many years old?
54.
54.
94. God.
94. Hopefully the next questions will go a little bit better than that one, Nana.
Wish I was 54.
All right. So we want to know what your favorite Christmas memory was.
My favorite Christmas memory was when I was a teenager. We did not believe in Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And we begged my dad to let us have a Christmas tree. And that was strictly against the Russian religion. To them, that was part of the devil, bringing it into your home. And he bought us, my dad was kind of a all right guy. He didn't go along with the elders in church. So he bought us a Christmas tree. It was about 2 foot tall, and bought us a string of lights. And that was one of my most memorable Christmases I ever had.
Yeah. That's
Because
pretty
we were
cool.
teenagers by then.
Yeah.
And anyway, my dad went to church the following Sunday, and they called him on the carpet because they went by our house and saw those lights through the front room window. And they thought that was uncalled for.
Yeah.
They wanted him to take it down, and he wouldn't do it. And
Well,
that
that's
made our Christmas.
That's cool. All right. What was your favorite, the best birthday present you ever received? From when you're a child or adult, whatever. You think of anything that sticks out to you? Or I guess Christmas present we could do. Either one, birthday or Christmas present.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about your mink stole? Didn't you get a mink? No, that you got that at the thrift store, didn't you?
No, my mink, my Aunt Pat gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
And I gave it to Jan.
Okay.
And then Ron wanted to know why I didn't give it to Shelley. Well, Shelley was against animals back then.
That's true.
So
That
Shelley
probably
didn't get it.
wouldn't have been a good idea to give her a mink stole.
She wouldn't award, I don't think.
No, probably not. Can you think of anything for your favorite present you ever received?
Yeah, I think it was my diamond ring.
Yeah? Was that from Papa or?
Yes, because I had lost my diamond out of my original engagement ring, and I was crying, and he went out and bought me this ring.
Aw, that's awesome. Is it that one you're wearing now or a
No.
different one? Let's
This
see.
one. That's the one that Linda's
Okay.
gonna get. Patty got it and Pat's.
Yeah. So, how did you meet Papa?
He whistled at me from across the street. I was at my little grocery store there in my hometown, and he was across the street at his brother's gas station. And I was driving my sister's red pickup, buying groceries, and he whistled at me, and I waved at him. And that night, I met him through my sister-in-law, Eleanor, because she was going out with his brother at the time, and
Oh.
that's how I met him.
Alrighty. And where was your first date?
Where was my first date? We went to a dance.
To a dance?
I had Western dances back then. You know, they had a bunch of guys used to get together and pick up a band, and it had quite a crowd.
Yeah.
And we also had some good, Marty Robbins' band was at one of the dances played.
Yeah.
And so we used to go to Saturday night dances.
That's fun. So you just went out to a dance with him?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know right then that he was the man for you?
Oh, he was hooked.
He was hooked.
He had no...
That was it,
He
huh?
even liked my daughters.
Well, that was good. That was kind of a package deal there, right, with your
Better
daughters?
believe it.
All right. Where and when were you born? Were you born in your house?
Yeah, I was born at home, and I had Mrs. Mendrin was the midwife for all the Russian women that had babies.
Mm-hmm.
And she always teased me as I was growing up that she found me under a cabbage leaf.
That's what she said. So you're a Cabbage Patch Kid
Yeah,
then, right?
Cabbage Patch Kid. And she always used to tease me about that. She was quite a midwife to everybody.
Yeah, that's cute.
They didn't believe in going to the hospital.
Yeah. Not back then so much, huh? So you were born at home, and you were born on August
15th,
1923. 1923. All
What
right.
city?
Kerman,
California. And what is your birth name? So your Russian
Fenya.
Fenya. Do you have a middle name?
None.
You don't have a middle name? Patapov.
Mm-hmm.
Fenya Patapov. Did you have a nickname growing up?
Oh, well, they used to call me Fanny, but I changed my name when I grew up.
Yeah.
I
So-
hated that name.
So did your family call you Fanny
Fenya.
or Fenya, and then when you got older, you changed it to Faye?
Uh-huh.
Okay. How old? Like when you were an
Well-
adult, or?
See, in the Russian religion, they give you a Russian name.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pick up about what name you want to go on your birth certificate.
Mm-hmm.
So on my birth certificate was Fanny, and then later on I changed it to Faye because, like I said, I could have been called Faith or anything that started with F.
Yeah. I was doing some ancestry work on Ancestry.com, and all of the census records are on there. And I pulled something up, and it showed your name as Fanny.
Yeah.
So did Papa have a nickname that he used to call you?
No, he just he called me his Rose. I was his favorite.
Aw. Well, that was your dad, or
My dad.
Oh, your dad called you Rose. What about Papa? What about Floyd?
He called me Mom.
Mom.
To
I
the
remember
day he
that.
died, and after he died, Mom.
Who's Floyd?
He always
He did.
great Papa is Floyd. I remember that. Yeah,
Two
he
nights
always called you
after
Mom.
he died, he called me, and I jumped out of bed and went in to see.
And he wasn't
And
there.
then about a month later, he called me again.
Yeah?
Mom.
Did who? Well, I won't say favorite, but what one of your siblings? So there were 13 of you, correct, including your two cousins.
Yeah.
Okay, and then your mom, she had two children die, right? So she birthed
probably
13 and
had,
had a couple.
Several miscarriages along
Uh-huh.
the way too. I think she was pregnant all the time.
Yeah. So you, in your home, or what your mother raised was 13 children, including the two cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So who were you the closest to of all your siblings?
Well, my sister Pat,
Pat.
and then of the boys, my brother John. I called him my gentle giant because we would be picking grapes or working out in the fields, and he would put me on his shoulders and carry me home because I was a little kid.
Tired picking grapes, you said?
Well, picking
Right.
grapes
Whatever.
or whatever, yeah.
Whatever was
Because
in
the
it.
field was a little way, about a quarter of a mile from our house, and we'd have to walk home for lunch or something, and
Mm-hmm.
he'd always put me on his broad shoulders. He was a little
Slow.
slow.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Okay. And then Pat, her
her name was Mary.
is that a Russian name, or what?
Manya.
Manya is her Russian name, and then Mary, but she went by Pat
Yeah.
her whole adult life. Okay, and you were the closest with her.
Hmm.
She was
Her
feisty.
and I were friends
Yeah. What's the age difference between you and her?
about a year and a half.
Oh, that's pretty close then. Yeah. Was it hard? Was it difficult to be a Russian in America when you were young, or as you got older during some of the tensions that we had with Russia?
Well, it didn't have anything to do with Russia, but it had to do with us being Russian and our fathers growing beards, and we used to get teased about our fathers growing beards.
Really?
And nowadays everybody grows a beard.
Yeah. Now it's popular again. kind of goes in, yeah. So but back then they didn't like that. They didn't. So you just got teased because they had beards.
Yeah.
That's kind of a weird thing to tease
Well,
about.
we did not, we went to church and everything. We went to Russian school and all. German.
It's going. Just that. Don't hold your hand down low because that's where the speaker is. Your teacher was German.
He
in the
was
school?
German, but he taught Russian to,
Oh.
and we learned to read and write a little bit, but it cost so much because he used to travel about 60 miles just to teach us kids, and it cost, and we didn't get to learn a whole lot.
No. Well, how many years of school did you go to? Did you finish school?
Through the 10th.
10th grade? And then you stopped because you were needing to farm or work with your family or?
Well, I had my appendix out, and back then when you were in the hospital and had your appendix out, you lost about a month of schooling, and I never
Okay.
went back to school after that.
Oh, okay. So you just stopped. So 10th grade's what you finished. Did you, when you were a child, you were growing up, you were farmers and so many kids and everything in the family and probably didn't have a whole lot of money, but did you ever go on a vacation as a child?
The only vacation we took was when my sister, Jean, married Abe, and they had their firstborn, and they took us to Yosemite.
Oh, okay.
My sister Pat and my brother Mike and my sister Jean and I, and we hiked up to Half Dome. I was 14 years old.
You told me that. I remember you telling me about
And there was
hiking
only one rail
to
that
that
you
recently.
had to hang on to. I wouldn't do it again. No way. Of course, now they have, double rails going up there. But it was big enough where you could have a baseball game on it. Boy, I didn't go around the edge.
It's scary.
And that was about the only vacation we ever had.
Yeah. I bet. Well,
Our vacation was working out in the field.
that doesn't sound like a vacation. So when you so you farmed at your house, doing the farming and working. But when did you get your first job that wasn't in the family?
Well, we used to we had a little grocery store, and it was run by a Jewish family, and the old lady would pay us 50 cents to clean her house.
Oh, okay.
And she would throw money under the beds to make sure that whether she did that thinking we might steal it or making sure that we cleaned under the beds. I don't know which.
Oh.
And anyway, I have to tell you a story about my sister Pat then took over, and they pulled that on her. She picked up all the money and walked into the store and threw the money right into the Jewish gal's owner's face and says, "You can take your money and shove it. Don't expect me to." I wouldn't steal, but my mother never taught us how to steal.
Mm-hmm.
So you can keep your blankety blank money. That was Pat.
That was Pat for you.
I remember
Boy,
Pat.
she threw that right into her
Really?
face.
They were trying to catch you on something and see if you'd steal it or.
Yeah, I don't know which one it was.
Oh, wow. What is your most embarrassing moment?
My most embarrassing moment was going to high school and having a period,
Oh no.
and we didn't have Kotex,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a thick pad that we used to try to keep in our pants. We always wore a coat
Mm-hmm.
to cover up in case we
Had an accident.
accident. Yeah, and I was one of these really flowed hard. And that was so embarrassing because I never knew when that pad's liable to fall out.
That would not be fun. I'm glad they've made changes to that.
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness. What was school like when you went to school? You told us a little bit about it with your German teacher and stuff. So did you go to school with all the other Russians then? In your
Well,
town,
just to the Russian church. We used to go to have our schooling at the young Russian church.
okay.
And the man would come there from Reedley, which was about 50, 60 miles away. And he would come once a week, and all the Russian people that wanted their kids taught to read the Bible or something, you know. And I doubt if very many of them learned much because we didn't have them that long.
Yeah. So you just had to go to school one day a week?
Well, to the Russian church.
To the Russian
yeah,
church one?
but otherwise we went to
Regular school. Okay.
Was there anyone who teased you? Like,
Teased you?
yeah, I could not about beards, but like other things.
No, they
Nana probably kicked their butts, so they were afraid of her.
They didn't tease me. We had 8 kids in the 8th grade, I think. And I was supposed to graduate from 8th grade to go to 9th grade, to high school. And I had to go pick up potatoes, so I couldn't go to my graduation. And I had a pretty red dress that my dad had bought me for graduation, and I didn't get to wear it.
You didn't get to go because you had to pick potatoes?
I had to go to Shafter to pick potatoes.
Oh.
14 years old, and the way it is, here's a guy that's digging up potatoes, and you're allowed a space. And you get, that space is, I'd say, maybe from here to the end of the length of the room. And I mean, maybe you'd have to pick up about 5 or 6 bags of potatoes, filled 3/4 full. And 30 cents an hour, and work 10 hours a day.
That's a lot of potato picking.
Yep.
No thanks. You're a hard worker. All right, we just have a few more questions. Let me see here. What is the most daring thing you've ever done?
Rode on a motorcycle and got into an accident and skinned my knee from here to here.
How old were you when that happened?
Well, I was going with my first husband at the time. He
Oh.
had a motorcycle. And what happened is we had been out at Shaver Lake that day, and it was dark. And the guys in the car, they stopped in the middle of the country road, and we couldn't see. At the last minute, we ran into the parked car, and it sent me flying to the ditch bank. I don't know what I got cut on, but I never did let my mother see that.
That's scary.
Found out about that, they would have kicked me.
When you had children and you were with Papa and everything, what was your favorite family vacation when you were older and you had children?
We went to Clear Lake up in Northern California rather, and spent a week there at the lake, and I learned how to water ski.
Oh yeah.
In my old and I took right to it. And the girls were 12, 14 years old, and your father was Davy Crockett all the way to Northern California. He sang Davy Crockett, and I thought the girls were going to choke him.
That would be pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Besides my dad with his Davy Crockett skills, who's your favorite singer or band?
I really don't.
You have a favorite performer?
Well, I like Johnny Cash. Of course, I like the Western singers.
So Johnny Cash was one of your favorites?
Yeah, if you can call him a singer.
All right.
That
well,
voice of his has made him a lot of money.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
it did. All right, 2 more questions for you. What is the strangest food you've ever tried?
I can't think really.
Did you ever go on a cruise and eat anything weird? Didn't you go to Alaska?
Yeah.
Did you have snails or anything like
No
that?
snails.
No.
Probably to me the lobster was the most
The most
one
weird.
that I never had before.
Uh-huh.
You know? And probably lobster.
Lobster. That's the weirdest, the strangest food
Yeah.
you've ever had. All right. And what is the secret to a long marriage?
Well, let me see. Don't get mad at the same time.
That helps.
Well, learn to keep your mouth shut. Really. No.
Yeah.
Grandpa and I didn't argue too much.
Mm-hmm.
I always let him have his way.
See? That's the secret. Let me have my way, and then we don't.
Yeah. Right.
It's wisdom
Well,
right
I
there.
did. I
Quiet.
catered to Dad, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Of course,
And he
he
did to
spoiled
you
me
too, yeah.
You know, it was
Goes
fif-
back
50,
and
50.
forth.
You can't say you're going to give 50%. Sometimes you have to give 100%.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to keep your mouth shut. I remember how my dad did it. When my mother got mad at my dad, he'd walk out of the house. And that would make her madder. And by the time he decided to come back in, well, she'd cool off.
Mm-hmm.
And they never did fight.
Didn't have a chance to if he wasn't home, right?
No, he'd just go out and work out in the field or something to get away from her.
Yeah.
And when Mother used to, we do something wrong, if we broke a bulb, we got punished for it. And she'd grab us by the hair and pull our hair.
That doesn't sound
Wonder
fun.
so- And one day Pat and I did something, and Mother got after us, and we ran away from her. My dad caught us. Whew, did we get a whipping. He's, when she's correcting you, don't you ever run from her again. My dad wore a belt that's that wide, and it was leather. It wasn't plastic or anything, and he used it. It's a wonder I don't have scars on my back.
Yeah.
Because one time we disobeyed and went over to my cousin's house because this gal that her mother ran the bar had the hots for my cousin Kornoff, and we took off to their house across the field. And Mother didn't know where we went, and she knew that we were with Gertie, or Bertie, her name was, and knew that her mother was run the bar. And Mother walked to the bar to look for us. And when we finally got home, my dad, well, when he got through with one of us, he gave us the other one, with that belt.
That doesn't sound very fun.
No, it wasn't. But we asked for it. We should have
been
told him.
obeyed.
But for my mother to walk into a bar, and it so happened that Bertie's mother was Russian.
Mm.
And she brought Mother home, and they went looking for us and found us at Kornoff's house and brought us home. That's when my dad was waiting for us. And then we go to finally he told us to go to bed, and we got the giggles. Hurting like heck. And we got the giggles, and we laughed, and we laughed, and we laughed.
Oh my gosh.
My dad told us to shut up, or he'd come in there to give us something to laugh about.
See? Better watch it, kids.
That whatever I said was true, honey. My dad,
Back then, they let you do that kind
Yeah.
of stuff to your kids. They don't really let you do that anymore. But back then, you could do that.
yep. But I think I will say we never got a whipping that we didn't deserve. No,
Yeah.
I mean.
He
we
didn't just beat you to beat you. He
No.
beat you because you did something wrong. Yeah.
And we were, how could I say it? We were rebels. We didn't like the Russian boys at all.
Mm-hmm.
They had, by the time I was 9 years old, they already had my husband picked out for me, and to the day that he died, I hated him. And he didn't do anything. I just hated him because they picked out my husband
They
for me.
said you were
And
gonna
maybe
marry.
that's another reason we never liked the Russian boys.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Sarah, Pat, and I, none of us married a Russian.
Yeah.
And that was,
Did everybody else? Well,
well,
of the.
my sister
Yeah.
Jean married a Russian, my cousin Jane married a Russian,
Mm-hmm.
and all my brothers but John.
Did they stay in the Molokhan, like active in the Molokhan religion?
Hmm. All my brothers, their wives.
Yeah.
So
It's interesting. All right, Nana, you got any more words? Words of advice or
words of advice:
whoops.
just love one another. Never go to bed angry at one another. And say I love yous a lot.
We do a pretty good job of that. All right. Well, we love you, Nana.
Thank you. And I love y'all.